You've probably heard soul food is just fried chicken and mac and cheese. But there are also anonymous dishes, passed down from grandmothers to mothers, without recipes, without cookbooks, only through memory and love. Today, we will discover mysterious African-American dishes that, once tasted, will make you wonder why these recipes weren't more widely shared sooner. Smothered pork chops? During tough times, bone-in pork ribs, once a cheap and easy-to-find cut, became a true inspiration. You might remember the mouth-watering aroma of onions sizzling in the kitchen. That's the smell of braised pork ribs, a signature dish and a true symbol of Southern black cooking. First, the chops are meticulously seasoned with a perfect blend of salt, black pepper, paprika, garlic powder, and sometimes a touch of cayenne pepper for an extra kick. After seasoning, they are pan-fried until golden brown on both sides, creating a crispy outer layer and an appealing color. The tempting aroma of golden brown pork chops begins to spread throughout the kitchen, promising a hearty meal. Next, sliced onions, sometimes with diced green bell peppers, are added to the same pan where the chops were cooked, absorbing the leftover flavors. A quantity of broth or water is added, then thickened into a smooth, golden brown gravy. The dish is simmered slowly for about an hour until the meat is fork tender, thoroughly infused with all the flavors of the gravy. When done, smothered pork chops are served with hot white rice, simple sautéed cabbage, or creamy mashed potatoes, creating a complete and comforting meal that eases all worries. Collard greens with smoked turkey necks. Collard greens with smoked turkey neck carry a deep legacy from West Africa, where leafy greens were a staple in everyday meals. They're usually simmered with spices and meat to add rich flavor and depth. Upon arriving in the American South, collard greens quickly became a cultural staple, a symbol of prosperity and community. You will find it on the dinner table every warm Sunday, at large family gatherings, at solemn funerals as a comfort, and especially indispensable on New Year's Day, when the green color of the greens is believed to symbolize money and good fortune for the new year. The collard greens are soaked and washed multiple times under running water, ensuring all dirt is removed and bringing purity to the dish. Then, the collard leaves are carefully chopped and placed into a large pot, ready for the slow simmering process. Along with the greens, smoked turkey necks are added. This is the secret that provides the salty, characteristic smoky flavor without being overly greasy, making the dish much richer. Onions, garlic, and red pepper flakes are added to create a complex flavor base. Sometimes a touch of vinegar and hot sauce are also added to balance the taste and increase appeal. This entire mixture is simmered for hours until the collard greens become tender, dark, and thoroughly infused with every precious drop of broth. This cooking liquid, known as pot liquor, is cherished as a tonic passed down through generations. Hoe cake. At first glance, a hoe cake might seem like just a flat, unassuming corn cake, but don't let its appearance deceive you. The name hoe cake and its legacy tell a profound story of survival, hard labor, and the unyielding creativity of Black people. The name hoe cake originates from its original cooking method, on the hot, flat surface of a garden hoe, in the field, under the scorching sun. No stove, no fancy pan, just resilient will and the flame of life. It is made from the most basic ingredients: cornmeal, water, and a pinch of salt, sometimes with a little bacon grease or oil for added flavor. The mixture is stirred into a thick batter, then poured in small portions onto a hot surface, similar to how pancakes are made. When cooked, hoe cake has a slightly crispy outer layer and a soft, rich interior, with the natural flavor of corn. This dish has been passed down through generations unpretentiously without written recipes, but through the skillful hands of mothers and grandmothers who transformed available resources into sustenance for their families. It is an uncomplicated dish but encapsulates a story of resilience, of meals created with love and ingenuity, of the ability to find abundance even in scarcity. Gullah red rice. If soul food cuisine has a love song, then gullah red rice would surely be its heartbeat, a dish that echoes from the rich coastal culture of South Carolina and Georgia. The Gullah Geechee people, descendants of enslaved African Americans who lived relatively isolated on the Sea Islands, have been instrumental in preserving their African customs, language, and culinary traditions far more remarkably than most other African American groups. The process of preparing gullah red rice begins by sautéing long-grain rice in bacon grease or oil. The aromatic scent of hot grease and lightly toasted rice begins to spread, initiating a culinary experience. Then, onions, bell peppers, and garlic are added, sautéed until soft and fragrant. Next comes crushed tomatoes, which provide the dish's characteristic red color and a subtle tang. Spices like thyme, cayenne pepper, and sometimes celery seeds are added to provide richness and depth of flavor. If available, smoked sausage, chicken gizzards, or shrimp are also often added, making the rice dish much richer and more appealing. The tomato sauce symbolizes wealth and blessings. Therefore, you must cook the rice so it's neither too dry nor too mushy to fully appreciate its essence. Gula red rice is often cooked for special occasions like warm Sunday dinners, birthdays, or church gatherings. Hoppin' John. On New Year's Day, no African-American family's table is complete without Hoppin' John. This dish is a harmonious blend of African spiritual meaning and Southern practicality, encapsulated in every spoonful of black-eyed peas, rice, and pork. Hoppin' John is believed to originate from the rich culinary traditions of the Senegalese and Gula people, African Americans living in the coastal southeastern United States, who have remarkably preserved many of their African customs and languages. In the pre-Civil War South, African Americans skillfully adapted these culinary traditions by using ingredients available on plantations. Black-eyed peas symbolize coins hoping for abundant wealth, while accompanying greens, often collard or turnip greens, symbolize paper money. The preparation of Hoppin' John usually begins by sautéing pork until crispy, then adding onions, celery, and bell peppers for flavor. Black-eyed peas and rice are added, simmering slowly with broth until the peas are tender, and the rice is perfectly cooked, infused with the flavors of the meat and aromatic vegetables. What's special is that no leftovers of Hoppin' John are discarded. Instead, they are reborn the next day as a new dish called Skipping Jenny. Among these initial dishes, which one reminds you most of your family's New Year's Day meal or a special occasion? Share your memories in the comments. Sweet potato pie. On any Black family's Thanksgiving table, sweet potato pie always holds a place of honor. Its aroma evokes chilly afternoons, the warmth of the family kitchen, and the joyful laughter of children and grandchildren. Sweet potatoes, a staple in transatlantic cuisine, were brought from West Africa to the New World. The secret to creating a perfect sweet potato pie lies in the meticulousness of each step. Sweet potatoes are baked instead of boiled. This method helps concentrate the potato's natural sweetness, yielding a richness that no other dish can match. After baking, the potatoes are mashed until smooth, then mixed thoroughly with eggs, condensed milk, brown sugar, fragrant vanilla extract, nutmeg, and warm cinnamon. Sometimes a little lemon or orange zest is added to enhance the fresh aroma and balance the sweetness. All these ingredients are blended together to create a smooth, fragrant mixture. The pie is baked in the oven until the filling sets but remains soft, and the crust turns perfectly golden brown and crispy. Traditionally, the first slice of pie is often given to the oldest member of the family, a gesture of deep respect and gratitude. Oxtail stew. Once considered a discarded cut, oxtail has undergone an incredible transformation in African American kitchens, becoming a luxurious and flavorful stew. This dish is not just a culinary reversal, but also a testament to the ingenuity of turning humble ingredients into a royal feast. The process of preparing oxtail stew begins by searing the oxtail pieces until they are beautifully golden brown, locking in the flavor. Then, these oxtail pieces are placed into a large pot and slowly simmered for hours in a rich broth, along with onions, garlic, tomatoes, and a fragrant blend of spices. Patience is key here. The slow simmering process helps the oxtail meat become fall-off-the-bone tender, and the nutrient-rich bone marrow melts into the sauce, creating a rich thickness and deep umami flavor. The result is a thick, warm, hearty stew with a complex and unforgettable flavor. Oxtail stew is often considered a special dish for Sunday dinners or important gatherings, demonstrating the cook's effort, love, and hospitality. Fried catfish. When thinking of lively family gatherings in the South, images of golden brown, hot fried catfish platters surely come to mind. Popular in southern rivers and streams, catfish is easy to catch and particularly hard to overcook, allowing even less experienced cooks to create a delicious dish. The preparation process for fried catfish begins by marinating catfish fillets or whole fish in buttermilk. Buttermilk not only helps remove any fishy odor, but also tenderizes the fish, while helping the breading adhere better. After soaking for enough time, the fish is rolled in a heavily seasoned cornmeal mixture with salt, pepper, cayenne pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder, creating a characteristic soul food spice blend. The fish pieces are then deep fried in hot peanut oil until the outer crust becomes crispy, golden, and the flesh inside is white and moist. Fried catfish is often served with many accompanying side dishes, creating a hearty meal. A bowl of homemade hot sauce, soft white bread slices to soak up the fish oil and sauce, cool and crunchy coleslaw, or a hearty portion of baked beans. Chicken and dumplings. Chicken and dumplings is a dish born out of necessity, but perfected with boundless dedication and love. During the Great Depression and harsh war years when resources were scarce, a small chicken had to be prepared in a way that could feed an entire large family. This is when chicken and dumplings became a savior for many families. Preparing this dish begins by boiling a whole chicken with onions, celery, garlic, bay leaves, and black pepper. It's simmered until the meat is fall off the bone tender. The aroma of chicken mingling with vegetables fills the kitchen. The chicken meat is then shredded into bite-sized pieces. The rich chicken broth obtained from the boiling process becomes the sacred foundation for the soft dumplings. Dumplings are made from simple ingredients like flour, water, and a little shortening or butter, quickly kneaded and then cut into small pieces or shaped as desired. These dumplings are gently dropped into the simmering chicken broth, slowly cooking and puffing up, absorbing all the rich flavors of the broth. When the dish is complete, tender chicken pieces blend with rich dumplings, all covered in a warm, thick, and fragrant broth. Molasses gingerbread. In the flow of culinary history, before white sugar became common and accessible, molasses was the preferred sweetener in many households, especially within the African American community. It was molasses that gave gingerbread its deep, rich sweetness, almost with a distinctive smoky note not found in any other sugar. Molasses gingerbread is not like other light sponge cakes. It is dense, moist, and rich with warm spices like ginger, cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg. Its aroma when baking in the oven is a scent of coziness, of holidays, and of childhood memories. Traditionally, this cake was often baked in a cast iron skillet, which not only helps the cake bake evenly but also creates a slightly crispy crust, especially around the edges. For many elders in the community, molasses gingerbread was one of the first desserts they learned to make from their grandparents and parents. It was passed down naturally without written recipes, but through practical cooking lessons in the kitchen, where love and experience were genuinely shared. Does molasses gingerbread remind you of the first dessert your grandparents taught you to make? Tell us your story! Ham hocks and lima beans. This dish transforms some of the most unwanted ingredients into a flavorful and nutritious pot of gold. Ham hocks, the joint between a pig's foot and leg, were often discarded by the wealthy. But for African Americans, especially during the challenging Jim Crow era, these discarded cuts became a true treasure. They were a valuable source of protein, forming the foundation for filling and rich meals. Lima beans, a bean brought to the Americas through agricultural exchange by indigenous and African peoples, were also an inexpensive and incredibly filling food. When smoked ham hocks are slowly simmered with lima beans, onions, garlic, and pepper, a magical transformation occurs. The aroma of smoked meat and beans begins to spread throughout the kitchen, signaling a comforting meal about to be prepared. The slow simmering process allows the ham hocks to infuse into every bean, creating an unparalleled blend of flavors. The ham hocks become fall-off-the-bone tender, and the lima beans are creamy, soaked in the rich sauce. This dish is often prepared on cold days when the family needs a warm, nutritious, and filling meal. Chitlins, chitterlings. Chitlins, or chitterlings, are a controversial dish even within the Black community itself. But behind it is a profound story of ingenuity, resilience, and sometimes the wounds of history. During slavery, enslaved people were often provided with the least desirable parts of animals, and hog intestines were among them. However, with their creativity and skill, they transformed these seemingly discarded parts into a dish that could feed a family and later became a part of their culinary heritage. The preparation of chitlins is an incredibly elaborate, meticulous process, and almost a sacred ritual in some families. It requires patience and experience, and often only an elder in the family with skilled hands is entrusted with this task. Chitlins must be thoroughly cleaned multiple times to remove odor and impurities, then parboiled, and finally slow simmered with onions, garlic, peppers, and spices until tender and thoroughly flavored. The smell of cooking chitlins can be quite pungent, but the taste when eaten is rich, fatty, and has a characteristic slight chewiness. Candied yams. In any soul food feast, candied yams are more than just a side dish. They are the sweet crown, the dish that shines on the table. Although named yams, most modern and popular recipes are made from sweet potatoes, a plant with deep roots in Africa that has become an indispensable part of African American cuisine. The process of transforming simple sweet potatoes into glistening candied yams is an art. Thick slices of sweet potato are neatly arranged in a baking dish. A sweet syrup mixture made from rich brown sugar, fragrant cinnamon, warm nutmeg, and a generous amount of melted butter is poured evenly over them. The sweet potatoes are baked in the oven until the syrup thickens into a shimmering caramel glaze, coating each piece of potato, creating a perfect blend of the potato's natural sweetness and the rich sweetness of the caramel sugar. The outside of the yams becomes slightly chewy while the inside remains soft and smooth. This dish satisfies the palate with its full color and aroma, evoking warm family gatherings, special holidays, and the love embedded in every sweet dish. Red drink. The origin of red drink can be traced back to West African hibiscus teas like Bisap or Zobo, vibrant red herbal beverages used in rituals and community gatherings in their homeland. When enslaved Africans were brought to the Americas, they carried these traditions with them, and over time they were adapted to available ingredients. Thus, red drink today is often made from Kool-Aid, red soda, or other red fruit juices, all creating a bright and appealing color. The color red in this drink carries many layers of meaning. It can symbolize the bloodshed and the struggle for freedom and justice. Or more simply, it can represent self-made joy, the exhilaration of moments of reunion with family and friends. It is cool, refreshing, and an indispensable part of every celebration, from outdoor picnics to formal Thanksgiving dinners. Grits with cheese and butter. Grits with cheese and butter is a humble yet sacred dish, a staple in most Southern American kitchens, especially in African American households. Grits are made from coarsely ground corn, carefully simmered over low heat, stirred consistently to ensure a perfect, smooth consistency. This process requires patience and attention to prevent burning or clumping. When the grits reach the desired tenderness, they are seasoned with a touch of salt, and then a generous amount of creamy butter along with shredded cheddar cheese is added. The heat from the grits melts the butter and cheese, blending into every corn particle, creating a soft, rich, flavorful dish. Although inexpensive, grits are a deeply sacred food. They are often the first food a child tastes in the morning, providing energy and warmth to start a new day. And they are also the last food served to guests, a sign of deep hospitality and care. Do you have any other dishes that helped your family through difficult times deliciously? Share your story here. Peach cobbler. Peach cobbler is more than just a dessert. It is a warm hug from history. It evokes sunny summer afternoons when ripe peaches were harvested and transformed into a dish full of love. African American cooks, with their skill and ingenuity, transformed seasonal fruits and simple pantry ingredients into acts of love, expressed through every dish. The peach cobbler crust has a rustic beauty, not as elaborate as complex pies. The filling consists of fresh or canned peach slices mixed with sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, and a little lemon juice to balance the sweetness. This peach mixture is poured into a cast iron skillet or baking dish, then covered with pieces of dough made from flour, butter, and milk, sometimes cut into squares or dropped haphazardly. The cobbler is baked in the oven until the fruit bubbles, creating a shimmering caramelized sauce around the edges, and the dough topping turns a beautiful golden brown and slightly crispy. Peach cobbler is often served hot, sometimes with a scoop of cold vanilla ice cream melting on the warm surface. This is a ritualistic dish, a way to say welcome home, a warm greeting for loved ones, bringing comfort and a sense of belonging. Neckbone soup. Neck bones, a part often overlooked or discarded in other cuisines, become a valuable ingredient, enriching soups, transforming scarcity into a flavorful poem. This dish is a powerful testament to the ingenuity of African Americans in utilizing everything available to feed their families. The process of preparing neck bone soup begins by browning the bones first, a crucial step that helps create a deeper flavor for the broth. Then, the bones are slowly simmered with aromatic vegetables like onions, celery, garlic, and sometimes carrots, until the broth becomes rich and thick. The aroma of the soup spreads throughout the kitchen, creating a characteristic, comforting atmosphere. The extended simmering process allows all the flavors from the bones and vegetables to meld together, creating a nutritious and flavorful bowl of soup. The meat on the bones becomes fall-off-the-bone tender, and the broth is thick and delicious, a source of energy and comfort. Black-eyed pea fritters, akara. Before canned beans filled grocery shelves, African American families meticulously prepared fresh black-eyed peas by soaking, peeling, and grinding them. The result of this painstaking process was black-eyed pea fritters, also known as akara, a dish with deep roots in West Africa. This dish is particularly popular in Senegal, where similar fried cakes are still sold on the streets, served with hot sauce and bread, creating a characteristic street food flavor. The preparation of akara requires patience and skill. Soaked and peeled black-eyed peas are ground into a smooth paste along with onions, garlic, and salt. This mixture is then deep-fried into golden, crispy patties until the aroma of fried onions, garlic, and beans fills the air. The outer crust of the fritters is crispy, while the inside remains soft and creamy, creating an interesting contrast in texture. These fritters evoke memories of family gatherings, simple yet warm meals. Akara is a culinary bridge between past and present, between Africa and America, carrying the flavor of resilience and pride. Baked macaroni and cheese. In African-American families, baked macaroni and cheese is a true art form. It is often reserved for important holidays, special Sunday dinners, or when esteemed guests visit, showing appreciation and hospitality. Therefore, the cook must dedicate their heart and soul to achieve the perfect richness when preparing it. The secret to creating perfect mac and cheese lies in the thick and rich cheese sauce. This sauce is often made from a combination of different cheeses, blended with milk, butter, and spices to create a complex and creamy flavor. Pasta, typically elbow macaroni, is cooked al dente, then thoroughly mixed with a generous amount of this fragrant cheese sauce. The macaroni and cheese mixture is poured into a deep baking dish and baked in the oven until the surface turns an appealing golden brown with a lightly crispy cheese crust and a soft, creamy interior. In many families, there is an unwritten rule that only one person has the honor of making mac and cheese at each gathering. That honor must be earned through experience, talent, and true love for the dish, not assigned randomly. Buttermilk biscuits. If sweet potato pie is a legacy of the past and collard greens embody wisdom, then buttermilk biscuits are daily grace, a simple yet indispensable comfort. They are the call of dawn, the aroma of a new day beginning. These biscuits are made entirely by hand, not using precise measuring cups but by feel, memory, and the baker's skillful hands. Flour, baking powder, salt, cold lard or cold butter, and buttermilk are gently mixed, not overworking the dough, to ensure the biscuits are tender and fluffy. The dough mixture is then rolled out and cut with the rim of a drinking glass, creating perfectly round, beautiful biscuits. When baked, the biscuits puff up, turning golden all over, creating a lightly crispy outer crust while remaining soft as cotton inside, melting in your mouth. The aroma of freshly baked bread and buttermilk fills the kitchen, awakening all senses and bringing a warm, familiar feeling. Buttermilk biscuits are often served with sweet fruit jam, sausage, eggs, or simply spread with melted butter. Sorghum syrup. Before maple syrup or corn syrup became widespread and dominated the market, sorghum syrup was the main sweetener, a familiar sweetness in rural southern United States, especially in African-American families. It is a taste of the land, of the past, and of self-sufficiency. Sorghum syrup is made from the stalks of tall grasses, a plant that grows well in arid lands. The processing is meticulous. The stalks are pressed to extract the juice. Then this liquid is cooked slowly and continuously in large kettles until it thickens into a honey-like consistency. Sorghum syrup carries a unique flavor, a rich sweetness with a hint of earthy, slightly smoky notes, and a touch of caramelization. It is not just a sweetener, but also a distinct, iconic flavor. Sorghum syrup is used very flexibly in cooking. It is poured over hot cakes, mixed into warm grits to enhance flavor, used in meat marinades to create glaze and natural sweetness, or even added to coffee when sugar was scarce. Liver and onions. Liver and onions is a divisive dish. Some love it passionately while others cannot tolerate it. During difficult times when fresh meat was a luxury, liver, being a rich source of protein and nutrients, became an ideal choice. This dish transforms humble ingredients into a nutritious, affordable, and surprisingly flavorful meal when prepared correctly. The secret lies in how the liver is handled. To reduce its gamey taste and make it more tender, it is often soaked in milk for a certain period. Then, the liver is coated with a thin, seasoned flour mixture and quickly pan-fried with sliced onions. The onions are sautéed until soft and naturally sweet, blending into each piece of liver, creating a harmonious flavor combination. When properly fried, the liver will have a slightly crispy outer layer and a soft, juicy interior without being tough or dry. The aroma of fried liver and onions spreading in the kitchen is a scent of abundance and hearty meals. Blackberry cobbler. Blackberry cobbler is where many childhood memories begin, with berry-stained fingers and the image of a cooling cast-iron skillet on the windowsill, awaiting eager hands to enjoy. This dish often comes from the most natural opportunities, when wild blackberry bushes ripen in the summer, inviting small hands to harvest. Fresh, plump blackberries are thoroughly washed, then gently mixed with sugar and a little lemon juice to balance the sweetness and add aroma. This blackberry mixture is then poured into a baking dish or cast-iron skillet and covered with a simple dough topping, which can be square or irregularly shaped pieces of dough, creating a rustic beauty. The cobbler is baked in the oven until the blackberries bubble, creating a rich purple sauce, and the dough topping turns a beautiful golden brown and is slightly crispy. When served, blackberry cobbler is often accompanied by a scoop of vanilla ice cream or a dollop of whipped cream, creating a perfect blend of the fruit's sweet tartness and the cream's richness. This dish is a summer memory you can taste, a sweet fleeting flavor that lingers forever in memory, evoking carefree days, simplicity, and happy family moments. Cornbread dressing. This is not your ordinary stuffing. Cornbread dressing is a sacred and distinct dish with the rhythms, rules, and deep heritage of Southern Black culture. Its aroma instantly brings to mind Thanksgiving, a sense of home, and warm gatherings. This dish begins with homemade cornbread, baked golden, and then crumbled into small pieces. These cornbread crumbs are then mixed with aromatic vegetables like onions, celery, bell peppers, along with rich chicken broth and eggs for binding. Sometimes sausage or other meats are also added for enhanced flavor. This mixture is meticulously seasoned with characteristic soul food spices, creating a complex and appealing flavor. After mixing thoroughly, the mixture is baked in the oven until the surface turns an appealing golden brown, with a crispy crust at the edges and a soft, moist center. The aroma of cornbread dressing baking is a characteristic scent of Thanksgiving, an aroma that evokes home, warm family gatherings, and childhood memories. Chicken gizzards. Chicken gizzards, an organ meat often overlooked in many cuisines, are powerful proof that Black cuisine wastes nothing. It's wonderful to know how to utilize every part of an animal to create flavorful and nutritious dishes. Chicken gizzards must be thoroughly cleaned, then boiled in seasoned broth until they reach the desired tenderness. After boiling, gizzards can be prepared in various ways. Some prefer to deep fry them, creating a delicious, crispy snack on the outside and tender and chewy on the inside, while others prefer to simmer gizzards in a rich sauce, creating a warm and nutritious meal. Gizzards are a versatile dish. They can be a snack to munch on, a survival food during difficult times, or a celebratory dish on special occasions. What's special is that in some families, gizzards are often reserved for the cook, as they are considered a special reward, a recognition for the effort and love put into preparing the meal. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to sting things from the past. Remember to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next videos.